What it do, y'all? Hey, I'm back in the office, man. Yeah, I want to let y'all know we about to start going live on this channel too. And I don't even know how to work this shit, but we're gonna learn together, man. But this is a video about a man. This nigga took his woman out to eat, get some breakfast or something. I think it's like Denny's or Waffle House or something. She was pregnant at the time. And for some strange reason, man, he offed her. And we see this shit over and over again, dog. For real, man. It's crazy that people were starting to normalize this shit. But it is what it is. We about to get into this, man. Let's check this out.
And this restaurant was one of her favorites to eat at. When they finished their meal, the couple paid their check and walked out of the restaurant and got into their vehicle. Shortly after leaving the restaurant, Darian's body would be found in this car with a single gunshot wound to the upper body.
Did you talk to Sergeant Hugh about what you saw?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I called 911 and that was really it. I didn't talk to anybody else other than the...
Did you see anything in the parking lot?
I did.
What did you see?
I saw him pull up and he got out of the car and like pointed the gun at her, and then that's pretty much all I saw. I didn't see his face or anything. And then as soon as she got out of the car, she came in, and then she was able to tell me more. But it happened pretty fast.
Yeah.
So.
A witness told police that she saw Maurice park his vehicle at her place of work, with Darian's body still inside. He then pointed a gun at this woman and demanded she give him her Jeep. The woman handed him her keys and he drove away, leaving his deceased girlfriend and her twin boys behind for police to find. Not only was the victim able to pick Maurice out of a lineup, the police also found him inside the stolen Jeep. Maurice told police he was overdosing on drugs, so they brought him to the hospital, where doctors confirmed he was fine. Maurice was brought to the local police department and put into an interrogation room.
So he was on something. That nigga was on something doing shit like that. You just ain't normal walking around doing that. That nigga was on something, doc. I understand y'all want to lock him up for what he did, but that nigga was on something. He still gonna get that time. It don't even matter, man. Straight up.
Maurice, did anybody tell you why you're here today?
No, I just woke up in the hospital, like saying I was detained.
Yeah, well, they got you detained. Looking at, we had somebody talking about their car got stolen. We're looking at that right now, so we're here to talk to you about, okay? And, you know, Maurice, we want to talk to you about why you're here, and I want to answer any questions that you have. And we got some questions for you as well. But here's the thing, Maurice, we are in a situation here where you're obviously not free to go. I think you figured that out by now. So, being that we're in a situation where you're not free to go, for us to talk and have a conversation about why you're here, you know as well as I do, we need to go over your Miranda warnings so you have a full understanding what your rights are, okay?
What am I here for?
You're here, Maurice, because somebody reported that their car was taken, and we believe that you have some responsibility, and so they pointed in your direction, so that's why we're here to talk to you, okay?
Oh yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Okay, well, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Know anything about car being taken, anything, so I don't see what's the point of us talking.
Well, I mean, we can go into details, but again, we have to agree that you want to discuss the things that we want to talk about. So we can't dive off into that until you decide that, you know, yeah, let's discuss it, let's talk about it. Where'd you stay at last night?
Where'd you spend the night last night?
I don't even remember, man. I just remember waking up in the damn hospital.
Maurice claims that he doesn't remember anything before waking up at the hospital. He also claims to be very tired and groggy. The detectives find it difficult to believe Maurice because he was walking around and talking to staff at the hospital.
But we're just answering questions. We're just asking questions. Yeah, we are too, man.
The good thing thing is that you was able to lay in the hospital when you were in that bed, laying down, dozing off, getting some good rest for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Doctors cleared you, said that you're good to go. They took good care of you. The nurse took good care of you. They cleared you, said, yes, this young man here he's good to go. And they wouldn't have let you go unless they felt otherwise. Which gives me a lot of confidence because I think they know what they're talking about. Hey, Maurice, tell me this, man. Because we know you have good memory because you're telling us things right now that you have memory of. So, which that's good. So I want you to back up and think for me, Maurice. I want you to just really think. This is important, okay? Because none of us would be sitting in this room unless it was important, okay? So this is an important time in your life, all right? This is a very important time in your life, all right? I want you to understand that, okay? So what I want you to do, Maurice, I want you to think for me. I want you to think back to the first recent day before you having this mind with the struggle you're having right now. Go back to when you start to remember something like, you know what, okay, the last thing I remember was this, and tell me about that. Not the shower, I'm talking about before the shower, naked in the fire truck and all that. Before that, tell me about the last thing you remember.
I remember Waffle House.
Waffle House?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a few Waffle Houses around. Which Waffle House would you at?
Where is my car? Where is she at in my goddamn car? Where's my car?
Well, I don't know where your car is right now, Maurice, but I'm asking you, let's go back to the Waffle House. When you went to the Waffle House.
Did this nigga just say where she at in my goddamn car? When y'all telling me this nigga wasn't on nothing, that nigga was on some new shit. Real talk. What? This dude right here, man, yeah, gone. He gone. Don't even worry about it.
What made you go to Waffle House? Is that where you usually eat? That is who thought to go to Waffle House? Maurice, I know you know what her name is. I'm asking you an easy question, man. What's your spouse's name?
Say it again.
Your spouse's name. What's your spouse's name? So we're at the hospital. The doctors told us, man, this guy, he's fine. He's doing good. And they cleared you and had you stand up, walk around. You were talking. I watched it, and so I'm wondering why it is that you're not telling me this when I do know that you know the answer.
So they saying he playing crazy. Nigga probably is playing crazy. Nigga, you gone, man. It's over, man. What?
That question.
Crazy.
My head is spinning. But you know enough to call her your spouse, but you can't recall her name?
Darian? Okay, see, there you go.
Was Darren or Darian?
Darian. When y'all done eating today, what'd y'all go do? Where'd y'all go next?
Shit. I got high. I went home to my sister's.
You say you got high, then you went to your sister's, so where'd you remember getting high at?
On the patio.
On the patio of your sister's house?
Yeah, I smoked my first K to the stick. But when I sat on that patio.
I don't know if he got it out the dumpster or what, but I'm looking at him and he's.
The nigga was smoking Katie, man. That Katie ain't for human consumption, man. For real, man. Don't nobody want to get high that bad. You smoking that shit, man. That shit ain't for you, man. That shit ain't for no human. For real.
Sweating a lot, and by this time I said, come on, sweetheart, let's go in the house. I said, Mom's gonna call, you need help. Mom's gonna call 911. I didn't call 911 then, I called my oldest daughter. I said, Kiara, can you help me with him? I said, something is going on. He's not himself. I need help. I said, I have these babies here. She said, Mom, I don't have a way. I said, well, call your Aunt Kimmy, which is my sister, my baby sister. I got him in the house. Finally, I tried to grab the bag from him because he had it all on him. My hand went in it like this, and he snatched it. So I said, okay. I said, okay. I said, come in the room. I said, why are you sweating? What have you had, son? What have you had? Mama, I promise I had them. Eyes just as big as mine are naturally. And I said, yes, you have. I said, what have you had? By this time, I'm nervous because I've never dealt with him in that nature. Mm-hmm. Now, Murray smoked a little weed. Okay, yeah, smell it on him, yes. He never does it in front of me, but I've always smelled it on it. Even when I got in his car, I'd be like, oh, let the windows down. What he had yesterday was not weed. He's pacing back and forth. He's pacing back and forth. I grab my grandbaby. She's crying. He's in the first bedroom. When I tell him, I said, sweetheart, I said, take your clothes out. I said, you're hot, you're wet. I said, take clothes out. I said, whatever you had, we're going to get you in a cold shower to bring your body temperature down. No, I gotta go. They're gonna get me, Mama. They're gonna get me. They're coming after Mama. They're gonna jump me. They jump me. I said, who's jump? What happened? Who's gonna jump you? This is just how he was just talking and rambling. And so he's going back and forth and he's peeking out the doors and he's shutting the doors and he's just like all over the place. I said, oh my God. That's when I called 911. I said, y'all, please help me. I said, my son has had something and he is out of his mind. I don't know what it is. I just said ecstasy because that's what I thought. That's just what came to mind. I said, oh God, please send someone, please someone. He said, ma'am, I'm gonna be on the phone with you until they come. Stay on the line with me. I said, yes, sir. I didn't find out what happened until after the police officers did their investigation.
Earlier when you said he came to your house and took a shower, another officer who was explaining some things to me said that he did have blood on his underwear.
Yes, when he came in and I told him to get out of his shirt and stuff and put it down, when he turned around, there was a red blood stain on the back of where his anus is, about yay big. And I said, Maurice, what happened? I said, why is there blood on your underwear? What happened? Mm-hmm. He wouldn't tell me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't tell me, so.
I think one other thing we wanted to cover, someone said at some point you went back out to look for his phone in that Jeep.
Yes.
Okay.
By the time we came coming out, when we was getting ready to walk to the EMS and I had his hand, I grabbed him. I said, son, where is your phone so you can contact me once they get you up there? And, you know, I don't know. It's in my homeboy Jeep. It's in my home. I said, what Jeep? It was still running. It still had the keys in it. I opened it up, looked in it. I said, well, your phone isn't in this car. And by this time, the EMS said, ma'am, they're around the corner. I shut the door to the Jeep, turned it off, put the keys in the seat, shut the door, and went to the
Jeep. Was still running?
It was still running.
What door did you open?
The driver.
The driver's side door?
Uh-huh.
So you were on the driver's side area. Did you see any
looked.
blood or anything in there?
I didn't. I was only looking for his phone.
Maurice's mother leaves after giving her statement. After allowing herself a few days to gather her thoughts, she returns to the police department to tell the detectives how she feels about the whole situation.
I want to slap the shit out of him. I want to slap the shit out of him. We've had to call the police. They send patrol cars. They have every right to feel the way that they feel. I told my family, sit down, leave this alone. Enough has been done. Leave this alone.
Yeah.
Now is not the time for vengeance and all this
Right.
crazy shit on Facebook. I hate Facebook.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yes.
Leave that shit alone.
Yes.
If those were reversed, I said, you guys would be doing the same thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of.
So you don't have to retaliate. You don't have to get on there and say, leave that alone. Don't keep adding fuel to the fire. When they have lost not one, but three. Leave that shit alone.
Right.
I still have baby clothes at my mother's in the closet. What am I going to do with that?
And I'm sure
I have blankets, I have shoes, I have everything. What am I going to do with it? Nobody asked for this.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm here to answer what you need.
No.
It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then he called me Tuesday, and I had my church members there, and family was all over the house, so I wasn't able to talk to him. And so I had to tell him I was good and all this, but I'm not good. I'm not good. You called me again Thursday. Mama, they're telling me what I've done. I said, well, Derry isn't here. So all this extra, I've got a detachment. I've read what's been going on in the newspaper. My daughter has read that to me. So I have a detachment. And I do not support him in this. I'm his mother and he's mine. Whichever way that this goes, I have prepared myself for life without parole, and I have asked God to prepare me for the death penalty. So whichever way that this goes, I will forever bear this. I will forever, my family will forever bear this. So either way this goes, whatever choices were made were choices that both of them had counseling from both sides of the family.
Right.
There were plenty times, detective, that they could have not just went their separate ways. So whatever choices were made, you have to own up to those choices, man up, do whatever you got to do, and go from there.
Right.
You know what I've experienced. And to bring this back into my life, really, really. Yeah, so I have a detachment from all of this.
Maurice was convicted of capital murder, and he received life in prison without the possibility of parole. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you believe drugs influenced Maurice to commit murder, or was he well aware of what he did? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
Yeah, he was high, man. That nigga was high. The nigga smoked that Katie and wigged out. But that ain't no excuse, though, because you still got to go do life without parole, high or not high. Now you ain't high. Now you realizing what you're doing. That's a sad way to go out, man. And then your mother talking about she had to detach herself. You can't blame her. She said she already been through this type of shit before. And here you go, want to get high on some shit that ain't even. Who want to get high that bad, man? Like, what the hell, man? My condolences go out to this Miss Lady family and friends, man. But y'all know what it is with me, man. Hey, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, all that good shit. I'm out.